morning, Ken. That shooting happened on this block here behind me. The suspect is a known gang member, according to police. And get this, that shooting that happened between him and the officer, they were shot by the same bullet. I want to get you straight to video of the scene. That shooting happened around 9:30 last night. Officers were patrolling near Lorillard Avenue near East 187th Street. Police say the officers approached a large disorderly group and told the 16-year-old to take his hands out of his pocket. Police say he refused. A struggle ensued, and that's when the gun went off. Both were shot by the same bullet, and they're expected to survive. The 4-year veteran was shot in his leg. The 16-year-old was struck in his groin. The officer was released overnight from St. Barnabas Hospital, giving fist pumps to other officers cheering for him. Last night, the mayor and commissioner gave details on that shooting.
There was a single round fired from the suspect's firearm that struck the suspect in his left groin area and then exited the suspect and struck the officer in the right leg. I have watched the officers' body-worn cameras and their firearms have been inspected. At no time did any officer fire their weapons.
Oh, yo, it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. UPTV, make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in real quick. The word that I want y'all to take from this today, the phrase I want y'all to take from today, lawyer money, defense team. NYPD dropped the ball, fumbled the bag, messed all the way up. Hey, should have been on their pivot. Like I said before, when this video came out in January, it didn't make no sense. When that cop was getting rolled out and how the report came out and what they was trying to press it as, I knew it was some BS going on with NYPD. When they said that the cop approached him and asked him to remove his hands from his pockets, why do I have to do that? And you know what a lot of people told me in the comment section? Oh, ain't you taking up for these street dudes and da-da-da. I said, no, what I'm not. They preach the law. We got to follow the law. They got to follow the law. You can't be going on the streets and telling nobody to take their hands out their pockets unless they done broke the law. For real. Unless they causing threats. That's not humane, bro. Ain't nobody your slave because you a cop. But y'all was trying to preach something else and be on the side of this. I said, look, bro, this case is going to get dropped if he got the right lawyer. And what do you know? His team, he signed to a major record label. He can afford to get that right lawyer, and look at NYPD and look at the mayor and everybody else had to come in and fix this thing like that there. I'm going to tell y'all like this, bro. Somebody who don't have lawyer money, this is something that can happen to you. Because they can paint an image on you in the courtroom, and you don't have the right defense team, you might get sent up the road and sent up the state doing time. What they got to do, y'all, Rikers Island, then whatever else they send you to. Because of the fact you didn't have the money to get this shit beat. The lawman ain't got a right to go in your motherfucking pockets, and then a scuffle ensued, as they said. What we scuffling for? I'm supposed to believe a 16-year-old decided he gonna hit a cop first? Nah, especially after I watched C Blu interview. C Blu made it very clear he is not a dummy. Even though he's 16, that nigga's intelligent. He's not one of the gangsters who gotta play dumb and downplay their smartness. He wants you to know. Go look at the Future's TV interview. He wanted people to know that he's intelligent. He doesn't take pride in being a dummy. That nigga spoke on being into science and all that shit. Now, is he a gang member? Yes. Is he committed to a criminal lifestyle? Yes. Jail, death, violence, fucking up, getting in bullshit, drills, all that shit come with that. But it don't paint him off as a dummy. Like I told people the other day on the podcast, live, in our culture, I'm not here to promote violence, but street niggas, gangsters, those are the same niggas in our culture that bring the groceries home. Those are the same niggas that help their kids with their homework. Those are the same niggas that drop their kids off at school and take them to basketball and football practice. Those are the same dudes that be taking their kids to the movie theaters or to the park. Just because a nigga a gangster don't mean he's a complete write-off to motherfucking society. Yeah, they doing wrong shit, and you will have to answer those consequences if you make those decisions. But at the same time, there's other things that they turn off and turn on. But this is what NYPD, NY Daily News had to say about this case. A Bronx Drill rapper will face no charges in connection with his arrest earlier this year that ended up with the cop wrestling him to the ground, getting shot. The Daily News has learned the drop charges against Cameron Williams, 16, better known by his rap name C Blu, represent a stunning turn of events in the case that infiltrated Mayor Adams, coming on the heels of the murder of 2 NYPD officers. The city law department quietly chose not to pursue the case Tuesday, roughly 2 months after a judge slammed police for instigating Williams' violent arrest without probable cause. Mayor Adams and the NYPD demonized my client in the press and accused him of shooting a police officer, said Williams' attorney, Don Florio. My client is thrilled that the matter will be closed and sealed, that all charges have been dropped. It has always been our position that it was the police, not my client, who caused that gun to go off, shooting my client and grazing an officer. As I said before, I told y'all this case would get dropped. It made entirely no sense. And don't ever think a cop can come up to you and press you on some shit. You ain't breaking no laws direct, standing on the corner, disorderly conduct. That don't mean you got to take your hands out your pockets. Learn your laws, bro. Learn your laws. And if you got lawyer money, you can get past it. If you can't, if you don't got lawyer money, I suggest you stay your ass out the way. Keep it all the way 1,000. Shout to C Blu. You got a career ahead of you. The Bronx and New York drill scene, Brooklyn drill, all that is going crazy. Y'all get out them streets, man. Focus on y'all bag. Focus on y'all paper. C Blu keep going up. 1,000. Stay on your pivot for shit show. We got more coming, man.